back to another video. Today, we're talking about FP Insoles. Well, we're going to talk about all insoles, but mostly FP Insoles. A while back, I don't remember exactly how long, probably at the beginning of last summer, I picked up a pair of the FP Insoles. Now, these aren't the elite version, these are just the regular standard FP Insoles, but they still run about $30 to $40. Now, to put that in perspective, I paid $40 for this pair of shoes. So, it's very expensive for just a component of a shoe, a piece of a shoe, right? First, I'm going to talk about other insoles, right? So, this is your standard insole you were looking at 5 years ago. A lot of, companies, especially smaller ones, they came with something like this. I actually got this out of the S Advant, which is a thick cupsole shoe. So they understood that they didn't really need like a ton of padding in it, right? Even less board feel. So they went with a thin insole. Makes sense, right? Then you have something like a Vans, where very thin vulcanized shoe. They need a bigger heel padding situation so that you don't get heel bruises, right? But they leave the front of the shoe not super thin, but thin enough to where you still have plenty of board feel, right? Then you have something like this, which came out of the Spanky. Now the Spanky has the foam in the insole, right? Because it's the pour-in G6 insole, or the outsole, pour-in outsole. So they come with a much thinner insole, but it's got its arch support, it's got things that accompany the shoe, right? And then you got like a standard America insole, which have come a long way. I've been skating Americas forever. I mean, even back when I was a kid, I loved Americas, but these are a great insole. You can buy them aftermarket too. So yeah, G6 insoles work great. And that brings us to the FPs, right? Now we've all seen Uncle Joey drop his bowling balls and his eggs and all that crap on these, right?
Ever had in my life. It is so good.
And I'll tell you right now, if I went and grabbed an egg from a kitchen, I don't have any otherwise, I probably would, and dropped it on this, it would absolutely crack. I mean, you can hear it. I've seen in his comments on Instagram, which are oddly positive. Pretty sure they hide the negative comments, but that's just my 2 cents on that. I've seen in the replies that you gotta let it's heat activated, right? They come stiff like this, but then when your foot's in your shoe and it warms up, it gets all soft and movable, and that is true. The first month or two I had them, it definitely felt very good, but I think with this material, the more it gets hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold, eventually it loses some of that pliability, that flexibility. So over time, I think it does stiffen up, because I was having these in my work shoes for a while, and halfway through the day, my feet would be sweating, and these things felt pretty stiff still. So I actually had to take them out of there. The other thing that you'll notice is it's completely flat. There's zero arch support. There's zero cup in the heel, nothing to lift it up a little bit. And again, it's not like a huge issue, but if you took this out of a shoe and put this in it, your heel sits like a ½ inch lower. So now think about the back of your Achilles tendon. That shoe now is sitting a ½ inch higher on your tendon back there, and it might cause blisters, it might cause some discomfort. Shoe manufacturers have put all that stuff into consideration. There's a reason why this insole sits the way it does in this shoe, because they want this part of the shoe to sit on a certain part of the foot. So you're probably saying, well, Kev, these are pretty similar in thickness, right? I mean, minus the arch support and whatever. No, it's too thick. And where this arch support is, unless I cut it out even more, and then it wouldn't be usable in other shoes, right? It bends up like this, and you get this edge, right? This is my other problem here. This sharp edge. It doesn't feel good. It's very uncomfortable. Now, I know they make an elite version of these, which I haven't tried, obviously, and I'm not going to try, because after wasting $30 to $40 on some PVC to put in my shoes, I had a bad experience with these. And there's people out there that probably swear by these and love these, and this is probably a controversial video, but I absolutely hated my experience with the FP Insoles. I did jump down a 6 stair in them. I did not feel a difference. It still hurt when I ran out. And I think that bowling ball test is a bunch of garbage. Let's get into that for a second. So, the bowling ball test is where Uncle Joey takes his bowling ball and drops it on the insole, right? And the ball doesn't bounce very much, right? And then he drops it on the Nike insole and it bounces this high. Well, I don't think that's very good application to skateboarding, because when you jump down something, do you just jump and then land flat and stop? Not often, and you definitely don't want to, right? Because that's how you get heel bruises and things like that. Well, that's what the bowling ball test is sort of simulating, is jumping down something high to a dead stop, right? So when skateboarders jump down stuff, they want forward momentum. You want to keep your momentum moving. So obviously, you're going to want some like bounce back, right? Like I would love, when I land, to have a little spring back into my run to keep my momentum going. I don't want to land and have all that momentum be absorbed into my insole and then into my legs. I'd rather land and push off and use the momentum of use the force of the landing to propel me forward to keep the momentum moving so that it doesn't absorb into my legs. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. That's just like logically like how I think about that. So I don't know. If you're a science guy, let me know in the comments below if this does apply to skateboarding. But I really don't think it does. And I know that FP is partnered with like Cirque du Soleil and other places. Do we know if they actually use their insoles? You know what I mean? I doubt like you're gonna go up to a Cirque du Soleil guy and they're gonna pull these anime characters out of their shoe. I doubt it, right? So that could just be a marketing thing. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I feel that most skateboarding companies have got it figured out. They design the insoles around the shoe, right? It's part of the shoe. And if you want a thicker insole, buy a shoe with a thick insole. It's designed for the shoe. So like, if you look here, look at how the difference in thicknesses and shapes and, widths and there's all sorts of things that would make these just not work. And you can cut them to the size, right? But what happens if you cut it to like this thin Nike shape and then I buy a pair of Vans and now it's too thin in the shoe. So is there a use for this? Yes. I mean, if there's a shoe out there that you really like and the insoles are garbage, maybe give it a try. But at the end of the day, I think skateboarding's pretty much figured out the insoles. And I think that this is just kind of a gimmick.
Dude, I like being at the kids' table. This is fun.
And maybe if you guys jump down stuff all day long, like I'm not doing that. I'm skating like, maybe a ledge this tall at the most and jumping down a 6 stair at the most. But at the end of the day, I can't really see that this benefits anything. I think it's, maybe the placebo effect. I don't know. But hey, with all that being said, there is some good that comes out of these. For every pair you buy, Uncle Joey gets another drink.
Most lit dude I know.
He's got a lot of them. He gets a lot of the drinks. Kind of wild. Alright, with all that being said, I don't know, this isn't like a malicious attack on FP Insoles. I just think that, hey, that's great marketing. They've been doing a fantastic job. You know, there's a reason he keeps dropping that bowling ball everywhere he goes, is because it's a visual that really sells something. And I mean, it worked on me. That's why. It worked on me. I mean, that's why I bought these. So, I don't know. That being said, that's just my 2 cents. Again, I'm not a scientist. This is just my personal experience, and I found that the traditional insoles that come in your shoes normally work just as fine. And save the money, buy a whole pair of shoes for the cost of these things, right? That's my 2 cents. I mean, obviously, I got these on sale. I didn't, they're not retail at that price, but you can find shoes on sale for $40. These were literally like 30 or 40 bucks. Oh, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I appreciate everyone watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you guys checking out the videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of FP Insoles. What brand out there does it the best? Is it the Pop Cush Vans? Is it the Nike with the heel? Is it the G6 insoles from America? Let me know, and join the Discord. Link will be in the description. We talk about all this stuff all the time. We share clips, share setups, share skate parts that we're interested in. So join the Discord. Link will be in the description. And that's it for today's video. See you guys.
Don't know nothing about me, dude.